King David was a great king. He was known for his wisdom, bravery, and his deep faith in God. His reign brought prosperity and peace to the land of Israel. People admired him not just as a ruler, but as a shepherd of his people, guiding them with a firm yet gentle hand. He ruled Israel for many years, leading the nation through both triumphs and trials. Under his leadership, Israel flourished, and its people felt secure and blessed. David's decisions were often inspired by his close relationship with God, which made him a beloved and respected king. David was a good king, but he was getting old. His once strong and vigorous body began to show signs of age. The responsibilities of ruling a nation weighed heavily on him, and he knew that his time as king was coming to an end. The people of Israel could see their beloved king growing weaker with each passing day. Soon, it was time for David to die. He gathered his family around him, knowing that the future of Israel depended on a smooth transition of power. His heart was heavy, but he trusted that God would guide him in choosing the right successor. Who would be the new king? David had many sons, each with their own strengths and ambitions. The decision was not easy, as each son had his own vision for the future of Israel. The people were anxious, wondering who would take up the mantle of leadership. One son was named Solomon. Unlike his older brothers, Solomon was known for his quiet demeanor and thoughtful nature. He often spent time in contemplation, seeking wisdom and understanding. Despite his youth, there was something special about him that caught David's attention. David chose Solomon to be the next king. Solomon was very young, and the weight of the responsibility seemed overwhelming. He had not yet experienced the trials and tribulations that came with ruling a nation. The decision surprised many, but David saw potential in Solomon that others did not. He was a bit afraid to be king. The thought of leading a nation, making important decisions, and living up to his father's legacy filled him with anxiety. He wondered if he was truly ready for such a monumental task. One night, God spoke to Solomon in a dream. In the stillness of the night, a divine presence filled the room, and Solomon felt a sense of peace and clarity. It was a moment that would change his life forever. Solomon, God said, "What do you want? Ask, and I will give it to you." The voice was gentle yet powerful, offering Solomon a chance to ask for anything his heart desired. Wealth, power, long life, the possibilities were endless. Solomon thought carefully about his answer. He knew that this was a rare and precious opportunity. He could ask for anything, but he wanted to choose wisely. His mind raced with possibilities, but his heart sought something deeper. He knew that he needed God's help to be a good king. In that moment of prayer and reflection, Solomon asked for wisdom. He wanted to lead his people with justice and understanding, to make decisions that would benefit the nation and honor God. His request was humble, yet profound, and it set the stage for a reign that would be remembered for generations. God, my father David, was a great king, Solomon said. He ruled with wisdom and strength, guiding the people of Israel with a firm but gentle hand. I have always admired his leadership and the way he sought your guidance in all matters. I am young, and I don't know how to rule. Please give me wisdom. I feel the weight of the crown heavy upon my head, and the responsibility of leading your people is immense. I seek not power for myself, but the ability to discern right from wrong, to judge fairly, and to lead with a heart that seeks your will. God was pleased with Solomon's request. He saw the sincerity in Solomon's heart and the genuine desire to serve his people well. God knew that Solomon's request was not for personal gain, but for the betterment of the kingdom. God wanted Solomon to ask for wisdom. It was a test of character, and Solomon had passed. God said, "You have shown great humility and understanding by asking for wisdom instead of wealth or power." You did not ask for a long life, God said. You did not seek to extend your days on earth for your own pleasure or comfort. You did not ask for riches. You did not desire the treasures of the world. Nor did you seek to amass wealth for yourself. You asked for wisdom to rule my people. Your heart is in the right place, and your intentions are pure. You seek to be a just and fair ruler, and for that, I will grant your request. I will give you wisdom, a wisdom that surpasses all understanding, a wisdom that will guide you in every decision you make. I will also give you riches and honor. Because you did not ask for these things, I will bestow them upon you. You will be known throughout the lands as a king of great wealth and honor. Solomon woke from his dream. He felt different. The dream had been so vivid, so real, and he knew that it was more than just a dream. It was a divine encounter. He felt God's power within him. A newfound strength and clarity filled his mind and heart. He could feel the wisdom that God had promised, coursing through his veins. Solomon knew that God had given him wisdom. He could see things more clearly, understand the complexities of the world, and make decisions with a newfound confidence. He was ready to be king. With God's wisdom guiding him, Solomon felt prepared to lead his people with justice, fairness, and compassion. He knew that with God's help, he could be the king that his father David had been, and even more.
This is my baby.
She took my baby while he slept.
No, the living baby is mine. Her baby died in the night.
One day, two women came to King Solomon. They both had babies. One baby was alive. Sadly, the other baby had died. The women lived in the same house. They slept in the same room. One night, one mother rolled over on her baby. The baby died. Now this mother wanted the other mother's baby. The two mothers stood before King Solomon. They argued about the living baby. King Solomon listened to the women. He watched them carefully. The two women stood before him, each with a look of desperation and sorrow etched on their faces. They were both claiming to be the mother of the same baby, and the tension in the room was palpable. He could see that they were both very upset. Their eyes were filled with tears, and their voices trembled as they spoke. The pain of potentially losing a child was evident in their expressions. Each woman truly believed that the living baby was hers. They clung to the child with a fierce protectiveness, unwilling to let go. The baby, innocent and unaware of the turmoil, was at the center of this heart-wrenching dispute. Solomon had to find a way to know the truth. He pondered deeply, considering the gravity of the situation. The wisdom of his judgment would be tested like never before. Who was the real mother? The question echoed in his mind. He needed a solution that would reveal the true mother without causing harm to the innocent child. Solomon thought for a moment. An idea began to form in his mind, a test that would reveal the truth. He knew that a true mother's love would be selfless and protective. He knew what to do. With a confident and decisive expression, Solomon addressed the court. His plan was bold and unconventional, but he was certain it would work.
Bring me a sword. His voice was firm and commanding, leaving no room for doubt or hesitation.
Solomon ordered his guards. The guards were surprised. They exchanged puzzled glances, unsure of the king's intentions. Why did the king need a sword? The question lingered in the air, creating a sense of unease among those present. They quickly brought him a sword. The guards moved swiftly, their curiosity piqued by the unusual request.
Now, I will cut the baby in half. Solomon's voice was steady and resolute, his eyes fixed on the women. You will each get half a baby. The women gasped in horror, their faces reflecting the shock and disbelief at the king's words.
Solomon said to the women. His eyes scanned their faces, looking for the reaction that would reveal the true mother. He knew that the real mother would never allow her child to be harmed, even if it meant giving up her claim.
Yes, that is fair. We will each have half a baby.
No, please don't kill the baby. Give the baby to her. Just please don't hurt him.
Solomon looked at the two women. He knew the truth now. He knew which woman was the real mother. Section 6, a difficult decision.
Give the baby to her. She's the real mother.
The entire court was silent. Everyone was amazed by Solomon's wisdom. The guards gave the baby to the second woman. She held her child tightly in her arms. She was so happy to have her baby back. She thanked King Solomon for his wisdom. Section 7, the wise solution. The first woman was furious. She stormed out of the palace. Everyone knew that she was a liar. She had tried to trick the king. The story of Solomon's wisdom spread throughout the land. Everyone praised Solomon for his fairness and intelligence. They knew that he would be a wise and just ruler. Section 8, true justice. Solomon's judgment in the case of the two mothers is a powerful example of his wisdom. He used his intelligence and understanding of human nature to uncover the truth. He knew that a true mother would never let her child be harmed. This story teaches us about the importance of wisdom, kindness, and fairness. It shows us that true justice is about protecting the innocent and punishing the guilty. Section 9. Lessons from Solomon. We can all learn from the example of King Solomon. We should always strive to be wise in our decisions and to act with kindness and fairness towards others. Remember the story of the two mothers and let it inspire you to live a life of integrity and compassion.